Step 5. The second rule of mindful eating. The source. Choosing foods closest to the source allows us to navigate this confusing food world and determine whether something is healthy or not simply by understanding where it comes from. The definition of the source: a place or thing from which something comes from or can be obtained, an origin, birthplace, or starting from ground zero. The source is the true definition of what food should be. When we define what food is, it makes the eating process simple. Basically, food is anything that nourishes the body and improves our health. And if a food does not make us healthy and in fact makes us ill, it's not food. Examples include processed foods, ingredients we can't pronounce, sugary beverages, artificial sweeteners, artificially colored bowls of cereal, and pretty much anything that's made in a lab. You can easily define whether a food is truly healthy or not by tracing it back to its source. Foods closest to the source will be those in their most natural state, as close to nature as possible. These foods will be the most nutritious and basically will be untouched or unprocessed. Foods closest to the source are known as superfoods or nutrient-dense foods. Nutrient-dense refers to foods that are high in nutrients but relatively low in calories, such as complex carbs, lean proteins, healthy fats, fruits and vegetables. These are also known as macronutrients. Here's how the source concept works. An apple is as close to the source as possible. It comes from a tree, it's in its most natural state, and it's full of nutrients like vitamins, minerals, fiber, probiotics. It doesn't even have a nutritional label, and therefore we know it's healthy for us when we trust our gut. Now, as we get further away from the source, this is where the world of food gets confusing, and where we start eating for flavor and convenience versus health and our common sense. As we start to process certain foods, we naturally go away from the source concept and the nutritional benefits start to decline. Think of an apple versus applesauce. It doesn't mean that applesauce is unhealthy, but we know that it's not as nutritious or as high in fiber as a whole apple. Plus, we're probably going to overeat applesauce compared to eating just one apple. Now think of apple juice, completely stripped of all its fiber and many of its nutrients. How about Apple Jacks or apple pie or apple granola bars? Can you see how this source concept works and how we start to drift away over time? What about apple cider vinegar? Many people are taking shots of apple cider vinegar when we can get the same benefits from simply eating an apple. The coolest thing about the source concept is that we typically don't overeat foods in their natural state. As mentioned, if we eat an apple, we typically only eat one apple a day. If we eat a banana, we're only eating one banana a day. If we fill up on brown rice or vegetables or ancient grains, we typically don't overeat these foods because they're so nourishing and satisfying. If I were to ask you if chocolate's healthy or not, what would your answer be? I hope it would be something along the lines of, it depends on the source. Is it the raw, unprocessed form of dark chocolate, as close to the source as possible and loaded in calming magnesium, which is called cacao? Or is it a processed Hershey's candy bar? Much different sources and benefits. Nothing is off limits when it's from the source. I recently attended a health talk on the benefits of adding collagen peptides to your diet. Collagen is a protein found in connective tissues, and humans create their own collagen naturally. Collagen can be found in our skin, our bones, the lining of our gut, joints, nails, and hair. People are now consuming collagen in a supplemental form for more protein and healthier skin, hair, nails, and digestion. When learning about collagen, my first question was, where does collagen peptides come from? What's the source? How are these supplements made? Most collagen peptides are made from bovine hides that are soaked in an unknown alkaline or acid solution to facilitate the release of collagen and are then further broken down with an enzyme treatment. It is then processed into a powder form. Gross? I'll pass, thank you. Rather than spend money on this processed supplement, why not eat real foods that naturally stimulate collagen production, like lean meats, fish, foods rich in vitamin C like fruits and vegetables, spirulina chlorella, leafy greens, and bone broth. The source concept will always lead you to the right answer and will help you understand if a product is truly healthier or not. This is our true definition of food. As you start to eat more mindfully, you'll start to realize that it's not about giving anything up. It's about making everything better by upgrading to higher quality sources. The source concept can be applied to everything you eat, food and supplements, and will allow you to determine whether something provides the most health benefits. Think an organic egg versus an Egg McMuffin. As a registered dietitian, I don't recommend multivitamins or supplements of any kind. When we look at the source of a multivitamin, we know that it's made in a lab and therefore isn't real food. It's as far from the source as you can possibly get. Even if it is a food-based multivitamin, there's still a lot of processing that goes into turning real food into a capsule form, and we'll get so many more benefits from simply eating real food. Plus, the body can't absorb nutrients in their isolated form. The body is designed to absorb nutrients in their whole food package. Many times we know we're not absorbing these supplements because we typically see them in the toilet. Your pee is not supposed to be bright yellow. When we think about the source of popular protein powders and where they come from, we know that many whey proteins are made from dairy sources. Dairy is naturally acidic on the body and very hard for us to absorb and digest, and this can lead to inflammation in the gut. One of the best quality plant-based sources of protein is hemp seeds. It's 98 cents per serving, and 3 tablespoons gives you 11 grams of protein. You can sprinkle these delicious seeds on salads or throw them in smoothies. Most people who are eating leafy greens, nuts, seeds, ancient grains, and lean meats will get plenty of protein into their diet and therefore don't need to supplement with protein powders. Remember that we can't out-supplement a bad diet, and we don't eat nutrients, we eat food. Food is our most powerful medicine on the planet.